Good evening. It's Friday, January 6th, and I can tell you that I'm back here at the desk in Vancouver, Canada, after being overseas in South America for some time. Spent Christmas, New Year abroad, and I got to tell you, it was a great time. Watched a lot of pretty interesting sports in South America, but I'll get to that later. Right now, I wanted to say that we picked the New York Rangers over the Philadelphia Flyers by 1 goal for the Winter Classic, and we correctly picked that game. We said it would be 4-3. I said it would be 4-3. It ended up 3-2 for the Rangers, and a come behind win actually in Philadelphia. So that was pretty cool. That was a great game. Oh, Cincinnati at Houston. I really hope Cincinnati wins this game. I would love for the Bengals to win this game. They couldn't beat Baltimore last week, and they are in Houston. I got to give this to Houston. I could be wrong. You know what? A lot of pundits, a lot of so-called experts out there say this game is a toss-up, 50-50, as far as picking it straight up. I'd love to pick Cincinnati, but I'm going to be a realist here. I'm going to say Houston pulls off the win. I think it could be a really back-and-forth game. Bengals seem to be bringing a little bit of swagger into this game. I don't know why. They've lost several games in the last several weeks. So just, you know, I got to give it to Houston. I mean, I've been calling Cincinnati almost every week for the last God knows how long because, you know, obviously I like their jersey a lot. Let's go to New Orleans. Detroit Lions have absolutely no chance in New Orleans. The Saints are going to definitely take this game. If New Orleans doesn't beat Detroit, I'll do something funny on the air next week. I don't know what it is. I can't even think of it. But New Orleans is going to win that game. Now for the Sunday's games, you have the you've got the Giants at actually Atlanta at the Giants. Interesting. Giants beat actually had some big wins, particularly last week. But again, you know, close game. Football's become very interesting in that regard because I don't know of too many experts that can pick more games than 50% correctly. So I don't mean to blow my own horn, but I actually pick at about 65%. Anyway, but I do it easy. I just do the straight up picks. But I only pick the tough games. I don't go for the easy lopsided games. Anyway, Giants, Atlanta in New York. Tough game for Atlanta. They're a good team. I'm not sure if they're going to beat the Giants. I'm going to give this one to the Giants. Steelers game. Roethlisberger has a really busted up ankle. He's going to be probably soft casted for that game. But I just don't know. You know, Tim Tebow, boy, he really... maybe it's the coaches holding him back. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, you can only run the ball so much, and I think a lot of teams are starting to figure that out. Denver's got to let Tebow get the ball up in the air, get his passing game in sync, a little bit at least. Otherwise, they got no chance. Picking the Steelers, I think that's actually a pretty wide consensus around football circles that the Steelers will take this one. Anything can happen. So quickly, I'm taking Houston over the Bengals. I'm taking the Saints over the Lions. New York over Atlanta in a close one. Steelers, though, should be able to handle Denver. I really like hoping for Denver, but, you know, actually very few of my teams are playing this weekend. I do hope for the Saints, and I'm calling them as a favorite, but otherwise, all the other teams, I like the underdogs, but I'm picking the home teams pretty much all the way through except for Denver, which I pick a Pittsburgh win in that one. Oh, enjoy Saturday and Sunday with the NFL action going on. Try to squeeze in some hockey as well. There's some really good action in the Eastern Conference. And I think Saturday at some point there's going to be a rematch between the Canucks and the Bruins, which were the Stanley Cup finalists last year. That could be worth a quick look. But I'm keeping all my eyes actually focused on the Eastern Conference. I think there's some really good stories there. You got the Capitals, Penguins, Flyers, Rangers. It's a pretty cool division right now, or pretty cool conference overall. throw Tampa Bay in there. It's pretty cool. I think last year the Western Conference looked really good. This year the Eastern Conference is shaping up really good. So I'll save that story for a hockey blog. Cheers. Have a good night.